She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain. Chapter: Feminine Nature, the Architecture of the Body. The hormonal dance and the gift of sensitivity. The female body is not merely a different biological form, it is a fundamentally distinct way for energy to exist and express itself. While the masculine organism is often oriented toward linearity, thrust, and external conquest, the feminine system mirrors a cyclic ocean, where physiology is inseparably woven into the emotional landscape. The foundation of this temple is laid in the unique architecture of the female pelvis. While the male pelvis is a narrow vessel designed for speed and leverage, the female pelvis is an open, expansive cradle, a sacred space engineered for the creation and nurturing of life. Aided by a lower center of gravity and the elasticity of ligaments granted by the hormone relaxin, a woman possesses a natural groundedness, and that signature fluid gait, which is the outward manifestation of her inner connection to the earth. The hormonal cocktail, conductors of your reality. Your femininity is governed by a sophisticated hormonal orchestra, where each performer determines how you perceive and interact with the world today. Estrogen, the queen of beauty, is responsible for the radiance of your skin, the melodic softness of your voice, and the succulent vitality of your tissues. It reaches the crescendo when your magnetism is at its peak. Progesterone, conversely, acts as the guardian of peace, slowing the internal rhythms and inviting you into a sanctuary of cozy introversion during the latter half of your cycle. Testosterone, present in subtle but vital doses, ignites the fire of ambition and desire, while oxytocin, the molecule of intimacy, creates the essential foundation of trust and safety. To understand this dance is to possess the manual for your own power. When you stop blaming yourself for your fluctuations, you begin to wield your changeability as a divine superpower. Cyclicity as a personal navigator. The menstrual cycle is not a seasonal inconvenience. It is a natural rhythm of 4 seasons that allows a woman to be beautifully multifaceted. Your internal spring, the phase following menstruation, is a time of renewal, filled with fresh energy and a readiness for experimentation. Summer, ovulation, is the zenith of fertility and social brilliance, where your body literally glows from within. Autumn, the luteal phase, draws your gaze inward, demanding silence, order, and the gentle self-care of soft tofu tenderness. Finally, internal winter, menstruation, is a sacred time of purification and heightened intuition, where slowing down becomes the essential launchpad for the next cycle. A woman's success depends on her harmony with these waves. The attempt to be stably effective every single day is an act of violence against nature that eventually depletes the source. The anatomy of the block, a body that remembers. In the feminine organism, there is no boundary between psychology and physiology. Every unshed tear and every suppressed spark of rage transforms into a muscular armor, obstructing the flow of sexual energy. There is a profound literal connection between the jaw and the pelvic floor. Physiologically, these zones are mirrors of one another. If you have spent years clenching your teeth and remaining silent when you felt like screaming, your womb and vagina will exist in that same state of chronic spasm. Suppressing feelings acts as a total anesthesia. It is impossible to numb only pain or resentment without also dulling your capacity for ecstasy and orgasmicness. This tension disrupts circulation, creating a breeding ground for stagnation, while the tissues simply turn off their sensory receptors to avoid broadcasting the stored pain. The memory map of the vagina, a path to healing. A woman's vagina is an incredibly sensitive sensor that holds the history of her relationships, her fears, and her inhibitions. The entrance is often linked to the theme of boundaries. Pain here can be the body's way of signaling a past where you endured intimacy without true desire. The walls may store the fear of judgment, while the cervix often holds the deepest existential wounds. Healing this memory map is possible through the practice of conscious exploration, where the goal is not a destination, orgasm, but an inquiry. By pairing deep, rhythmic breathing with tender attention to these trigger points, you allow blocked emotions to release through tears or sound. Meeting this pain under the protection of your own self-love reprograms the receptors, returning the tissues to a state of softness and the ability to conduct the high-voltage impulses of true bliss. Your task is to become the conscious observer of who is steering your ship at any given moment. If you feel the cold knot of cortisol in your stomach, you do not need the gym. You need a warm embrace and a bath to raise your oxytocin. If your jaw is tight, your body needs to sound and move to release the pressure from your pelvic floor. Keeping a sensory journal will help you track these patterns, transforming biology from a set of limitations into an instrument of personal majesty. Your health begins exactly where the self-imposed ban on your emotional truth ends. Be alive, be diverse, This is your true nature. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle in Love Style at wishforlove.org.